Hey everyone, I want to go ahead and toss on Windows 10 on the Surface Go 4 device right over here. Definitely go ahead and check out the original review. It did come preloaded with Windows 11, but I wanted to actually see, according to Microsoft guidelines, Windows 10 is supported, and I believe they even have a driver installation package on their website that's available. Being that this is actually geared for enterprise and corporate customers, that's pretty much highly expected, since not every corporation, including one of the ones I work for, have not fully upgraded to Windows 11 whatsoever. Actually, it's not even in the rollout phase for the most part, even though obviously I'm sure some corporations are definitely testing the waters with it. So let's go ahead and get Windows 10 installed here. For this, I actually went ahead and plugged in a little adapter over here to basically split the USB-C connection into 3 regular USB Type A ports. And in one of those ports, I do have a little mouse right over here connected by Rockhat, now known as Turtle Beach. And in another port over here, I do have the USB thumb drive with the Windows 10 image right over there. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Fully powered off. Just take a look right over here. This is the button we're actually pressing right there. Keep that button pressed and just press the power button over here. You'll immediately see the Surface logo appear, and just keep the button pressed still until you see the little swirly loading screen just underneath the logo right there. You'll immediately notice that's going to actually represent the Windows 10 one. Go ahead and let go, and you know you've already had a successful boot. And here you go. As mentioned in other videos where I'm installing Windows 10 on these particular devices, things that are currently not working or supporting because of the lack of driver support is the touchscreen, or even actually if you are using the keyboard that connects the official Microsoft keyboard that connects to the bottom here, the keyboard and even the touchpad will probably not be working either. So that's why I went ahead and plugged in a mouse over here, just to actually make things quite a bit easier during the whole process. So let's go ahead and just continue here. This is pretty straightforward, so I'll pretty much go ahead and speed right through it. This is actually a really nice little device. I really do enjoy using the Go class of Surface tablets. So the 4th generation released here. And as I said, if you're really curious about it, go ahead and check out that review. Let's go ahead and click Next, Custom Installation. I'm going to go ahead and delete all these partitions over here. That's basically everything Windows 11 related, until we're actually just left with one drive right over here, 64 gigabytes of space, and just click Next. Go ahead and see if I can lower the brightness a little bit on this, and speed right through this whole process. Well, you definitely know that the driver's actually not installed for this when you don't actually hear this any voice announcement from this thing. Usually Cortana likes to speak to you, introduce herself, and just say, hey, I'm going to lead you through the whole thing, blah, 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 blah. Didn't hear anything, so obviously nothing's still working. If you did have the keyboard plugged in here, that's not USB. Same thing, the keyboard and the touchpad are still not working. No problem at all, still using the mouse over here. I'm going to go ahead and just continue with the setup over here. And if you're wondering how we actually enter a username and password, there's this little option down here that regards the accessibility. I'm going to go ahead and activate that in just a moment once I get all these, past all these steps over here. Once we're up to this point over here, if you do have a USB keyboard, feel free to just go ahead and type away on that. If not, just click there and we get the on-screen keyboard option.
Easier to use.
Pretty odd that you can actually hear the audio here, but not when it's actually trying to introduce you to just Windows in general. So no big deal. Here we have, took a little moment to actually kick in, but just going to go ahead and just use the mouse to basically type in username and password if you want. Alright, so here we are at the Windows 10 desktop. I'm going to go ahead and close out the on-screen keyboard. Click maybe later there, and you'll see pretty much the beginning portion of this entire process is actually done. So there's actually two options we can do here. Go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi, which is a little difficult because we do not have drivers for the wireless adapter here. So the best thing to do in this case would be to go to Microsoft site and just search up Surface Go 4 Windows 10 drivers. You'll see a page available that will immediately give you the option to go ahead and download those drivers. I'll probably leave a link in the description below to go ahead and access that. Go ahead and toss that onto your USB thumb drive that you use for installation and get it going. Basically just give you all the drivers and whatnot. And afterwards I'll go ahead and install all available updates from Windows Update. So go ahead and take care of all this. Everything will be ready to go. We'll do a couple of tests on it and see how it performs when compared to Windows 11. Windows 10 is fully installed and fully updated as well too. I also did go ahead and install some applications such as the Microsoft Office suite right over here. Did throw in the extra browser as well too. And just one or two little apps from the Microsoft Store as well too. Let's just go ahead and open up some of those applications now. And then I'll pop up Task Manager just to take a look. Everything seems to be running pretty smoothly so far. I'm going to go ahead and open Firefox, Edge. You can see it's actually running decently well. 8 gigabytes of RAM. It can definitely handle just a decent amount of applications. Obviously not crazy amount considering 8 gigabytes doesn't take you too far. 16 is probably the minimum that people really want to recommend these days around. So, but there we go. Let me just open up Cortana as well too, if she's even alive. Ah, all right. I have to sign in. Whatever. And let's go ahead and close that. Bring up Task Manager. And we'll just take a look here at performance. And you'll see it is memory is at around 60%. CPU right there, the N200 CPU, which Microsoft mentioned is pretty on par to the Core i3 model that the Surface Go 3 device actually has, the pretty much the upgrade version right there. So I'm going to go ahead and play the same video I played in the original review of the Surface Go 4 device, basically this little walkthrough of Old Town and Krakow in Poland. So I'm going to go ahead and full screen it. Right now it is currently at 1080 and just do a little play over here and slowly upgrade to 1440 and then eventually 4K. Picture quality appears the same, even though the looks like the brightness might actually be a little nicer on this particular device in terms of nits and just basically the view of it. Let's go ahead and jump to 1440. And as always, I'll just pause the video here just so the buffering can catch up fully. and not give us any little lag issues just because of connection. Let me just give it a moment longer right there and hit play again. $1440 running pretty decently well. No complaints there. I'm going to go ahead and jump to 4K and then pause it again, just so the video can actually catch up and fully buffer. Not sure if my internet's a little slow today. I did actually notice it having a little issue with 1440, but not the 4K right now. But let's go ahead and take a look. Running pretty smoothly so far. Device isn't getting too toasty. And the picture quality looks really sharp as well too. Such a lovely city. If you're ever in the area, definitely go visit. I am hearing a slight distortion in the audio. I'm not sure if you picked that up. It seems like it was there just a moment ago, but it looks like it may have just stopped now. So I'm guessing that just might be a buffering issue. Possibly playback. But for the most part, do not see an issue playing 4K off YouTube on the Surface Go 4 running Windows 10. Alright, so the moment you've all been waiting for, not really, but let's go ahead and pretend it is. Go ahead and do a quick restart and shutdown test here. All software and programs are closed, and there's no apps open whatsoever. So let's go ahead and initiate a restart and see how long that actually takes. That actually got off to a well start right there. Yeah, for what it's worth, this device is running pretty well. I don't think that restart process barely took over a little 25, maybe going close to 25 seconds now. Very impressive. Maybe certain things are running a little bit better on Windows 10 perhaps. Let's go ahead and do a full shutdown. Basically an ultra hibernate mode, as I mentioned before in other videos, when you actually do a shutdown in Windows 10. Unless you manually go ahead and change that setting. Basically it just saves a lot of things into memory and goes into an ultra sleep mode, so to speak. And so once you power it back on, you'll see the boot up time process is notably significantly much faster. So you can see there, as soon as I hit the power button, less than 10 seconds, I am back in, or almost back, I am literally back in Windows. Very impressive there. And since I do have the icon here, I'm going to go ahead and just do one cycle of benchmark as well too. See, I'm only on one cycle. Let's see if there's any difference. I'll be honest, I'm really curious to see if there's any difference. I'm not going to anticipate and hold my breath. I don't think there really will be too much of a variation other than the usual 3% margin of error right there. If you're wondering why Windows 10, just again for demonstration purposes, but also because some people, if this is actually your personal device and not something that you're using in the workplace, I know this device here is really more geared for that. But if you're actually using a device like this for personal use and you just prefer to use Windows 10, you do absolutely have the choice. There's official Microsoft support, and I'll go ahead and present that webpage to you in just a moment. We can actually go ahead and download an entire installation package from Microsoft directly that will install all drivers, possibly even some little mini firmware updates on your device here, and get you going literally within 5 to 8 minutes once everything's fully installed. You may also notice that once you actually do install Windows 10 on this, as I mentioned earlier, there's no Wi-Fi, so it's much easier to download that entire package and have it all installed for you, as opposed to individually downloading one thing and another, or just fully depending off Windows Update and allowing that process to take much longer, downloading updates and whatnot. The whole Windows Update process actually really didn't take long. Microsoft Office updated fairly quickly, under like 6 minutes. And mind you, that's from a basic installation right there. So some things actually seem to be working pretty well. And as I suspected, the numbers are pretty much the same, particularly the write speed under 200 megabytes a second, which is really disappointing right there. Read speed close to a gigabyte a second, which is semi-nice, almost really nice for the most part. I was really hoping for 1500 and at least a gigabyte, or at least 500 megabytes a second in terms of write speed when I was originally doing the benchmark in Windows 11. So those numbers haven't really changed, but they're there for you, for your observation, in case you were just curious, just like I was a moment ago. Well, everyone, that's pretty much it. I wanted to keep this video quick and short and as brief as I possibly could get it. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Surface app. I downloaded this from the Microsoft Store. They'll probably just tell us Surface Go 4. That didn't actually mention Surface Go 4 for business, but that's perfectly fine. And just like the software recognizes your device, allows you to go ahead and change some options for it. Click on Let's Go right over here. And I'm just turning this off here, just little things, get started. And you'll see it definitely does have some options here, like pen pressure, and just some of the little options here. I don't know what this whole recommendation here is about, a pen, a controller, and whatnot, but whatever. So that's basically your device right there, Surface Go 4. Installation from the start for Windows 10, which appears to have gone off without a hitch. And keyboard's also seems like a little bit more responsive in Windows 10, but that just could be the fact that I'm really hoping it will be, so I just figured it is. Thanks again for watching, anyone. If you found this completely useful, go ahead and shoot that like button and entertaining, and subscribe for more videos just like this. I will probably be doing some more reviews on Surface devices, including the recently announced Surface Pro 11 and the Laptop 7 as well too. Alright, so thanks again for watching, everyone, and as always, stay safe. Take care.